My name is Ajit Singh Rana, and in this video I'm going to show you about the sample Redis dataset, how to load a sample Redis dataset into a Redis server, and using a Redis Insight how you can go ahead and query for those sample datasets. So if you go to github.com/redis developer Redis dataset, this is a GitHub repository where you will find all the Redis modules like Redis search, Redis graph, Redis gears, JSON, TimeSeries, AI, and Bloom. And these are a sample data sets which are available for Redis modules. In this video, we will target Redis time series. Under the Redis time series, we have air quality datasets. Once you click on it, you will see all the instructions which has been given here. So this is a basic time series setup using air quality dataset for a particular timestamp which is around in 2004 2005. So this is the data and how we are going to load this dataset into the Redis server and how we are going to query it. All the steps have been mentioned here. So let us go ahead and try to bring this up. So let me go to play-with-docker.com, click on the start, and you will get a UI which allows you to go ahead and bring up the Docker host. Let me click on add new instance. Okay, so to start with, we have a Docker image called as Redis mod under Redis labs org or a repository, and this is one of the Docker image which has all the modules which are inbuilt into the Docker image. So by all the Redis modules, I mean Redis time series, Redis graph, Redis JSON, and rest of the very popular Redis modules. So by now you have a kind of a Redis server up and running with all those modules. I can go ahead and query around it. So let me first update the APK repo. So this is kind of an Alpine OS. So all I am going to do here is install Redis. So once I do Redis CLI -h, and then as we have a Redis server which is running on this particular machine, I should be able to go ahead and say info, and it will display me all the Redis modules which are enabled. As we are targeting the time series, so we are going to use a time series in this. Now I'm just taking an example because whatever I have been doing, you can do it on a single server also, but just to make you understand. So let me go ahead and create a Redis Insight. So install a Redis Insight. I can go ahead and say docker run Redis Insight, which is under the Redis lab Docker registry, and it should run on port 8001. So it will take around next 10 to 20 seconds, and most probably our Redis Insight server should be accessible over the port 8001. Okay, so once it is up, just click on this. Maybe it will take few seconds. Let us go ahead and refresh it. Just accept the end user license agreement. Go ahead and add a database. So since we have a database which is running on the first instance, which is 192.168.0.13, so 192.168.0.13 my test db, and the port is going to be the same. I will add a database and it gets added. Now I can go to the CLI. Okay, so as we were talking about time series dataset, so these are the things which we need Python 3, we need to clone this. So let's go ahead and clone this repo first. Okay, so this is running here. Okay, Okay, I can go ahead and clone in any of the repository which have Redis database installed. So let me do this. Apk update, apk add Redis. If it is not installed, since Redis is installed, that should not be a problem here. And I will say Redis Datasets. Let me look at what the directory I have. So I will go to the Redis time series. Okay, and under, so we have a data loader.py. So let me see if a Python is installed. So I will do int Redis. So it's get installed. So let us go ahead and data loader. So we have tqdm install tqdm, and it's get installed. Let me now run data loader. So it says like it is unable to connect. The reason being, now it is pointing out to the local Redis server. So I will go ahead and change this into 192.168.0.13, and now when I try this, it basically loads all these modules here. Now this looks good. At the same time, let us go ahead and try to get some kind of, the last sample itself. In terms of last sample, when I do this, it will basically fetch the timestamp and the value. At the same time, I can go ahead and run the ts-range to query a range. And then once I do this, so in this way you saw that how easy it is to go ahead and fetch the Redis time series database system.